Ready to ball this big 17. Now we're keeping a little earlier jet force this afternoon. We got Jerry Conley and his Vampire jet coming about to take off for us right now. One of the first early combat fighter jets of British use. Jerry calls home down in Florida, actually Crestview, Florida, with his wife Susan. Now, his guy is a United States Air Force veteran. He's also an aerospace engineer, which explains a lot of things about Jerry. He says he's got over 37 years experience flying jet fighters. That's a jet fighter with flying aircraft. And his Vampire jet is flying the British airplane. Now, this thing's got a wood nose on it. Yeah, folks, a jet with a wood nose. That's what they had back then at the end of the war. Actually, airplanes started production, started the war back in the 1940s. With his Vampire jet. The Havilland company had a little problem back in 1941. Back then, they had a huge task of building a new jet aircraft, or a jet for that matter. That's it flying by. They also had to develop a new jet engine for the airplane. It had to fit in this airframe for this Vampire jet that Jerry's flying for us this afternoon. They were kind of successful because just saw it fly by. It was designated the DH Havilland for DH. The 115 Vampire. It made its first flight back in 1943. It was the first production aircraft to the RAF, and it came close at the end of the war in April of 1945. Now this Vampire that Jerry's flying for safe for that twin tail boom, like a P-38. That's the P-38 flight we have in the U.S. The first generation jet engine, the Goblin 335B, the first generation jet engine in the back of this airplane. It produced a whole whopping 3,500 pounds of thrust, almost as much as Chris's F-16 RC has. Now most all of our jet aircraft flying for us now have hydraulic assist, or actually no assist at all. It's just your stick tells the computer what you want the airline, elevator, in order to do. You roll the stick, you tell the computer I want to roll right. The computer says, okay, we'll make the service hydraulic boost to make the ailerons go up or down and roll the aircraft the direction you want. This particular airplane, not at all. It's the first half. This airplane controls are manual the entire airframe of the airplane. No power assist anywhere on this aircraft. No fly-by-wire, no radar, no hydraulics. It's all manual. The gun sight itself on this airplane was a manual gun sight. You put your head in a certain place, look through the crosshairs, and that's where you're going to fire. The front nose of this airplane, again, is composite. Not the composite we call today, the fiberglass, the carbon fiber, the honeycomb. No, it's wood. Back during the war, we had a lot of cabinet makers that started producing airplane parts. Mosquito was an all-wood airplane that the British had back in World War II. This has the wood nose from the Havilland Corporation on the front of this airplane. As Jerry comes through from left to right with their Vampire jet this time, it was a pure fighter-style airplane. It had 420mm Hispano cannons that were actually manually sighted again, manually sighted the airplane. It carried two 500-pound bombs. No, they're not bombs when their fuel tanks are winging this aircraft, because these old jet engines do like to suck down the JP. That's Jerry repositioned the right-hand side of the box. And this being one of the world's rare single-engine fighter jets, It was the first RAF fighter with a top speed exceeding 500 miles per hour. It was the first jet aircraft to operate from an aircraft carrier, the HMS Ocean, in December of 1945. It was the first jet aircraft to cross the Atlantic in July of 1948. It was the first jet to set a world altitude record of 59,500 feet in March of 1948. This airplane, again, first production, first flew in 1943. Jerry Conley from right-hand side of this Vampire jet down on the deck. Why? Because he can. It looks cool down there. At full bore, put the fuel through that combined engine. He can get up to 548 miles per hour. Not 550, but 548 miles per hour. Jerry was thanking some of his sponsors getting the airplane flying to avionics. The guys approved that ADSB mandate by 2020 for the transport of the airplane. Ultimate Aviation, Gulf Coast Avionics, Concord Batteries, Approval Payment Solutions. Some of his sponsors that helped keep this 1943 vintage Vampire jet flying for Jerry Conley. From the right, over the treetop, Jerry Conley, Vampire jet. Jerry Conley flying our Vampire jet's kind of sick. He's got 3 of these Vampire jets. States across the United States, so does not have to fly them cross country to keep the time off the engine and the airframe. I'm up with the Airbus right discussing what are the simulated D-Day stripes on the airplane, the yellow and black, what they designate. They are D-Day stripes. It should be white and black for D-Day stripes. Not sure what the British call that. Willie, what they call that, Willie? You should know that. Jerry Conley down on the runway, down the deck, about 10 feet off the ground, spokes on, come through left and right. Jerry Conley's Vampire jet this afternoon. Little tiny rudders on the back of that airplane.
The Harvards, maybe.
Yeah.
Sounds like them. It's more than one. And it's coming from about the right place.
As you can tell, we got our Harvards running back there, farther up. They take the airspace in just a couple minutes. We're going to capture Jerry Conley back on the runway for us this afternoon. Now, Jerry's going to go right back to Hacker for us this afternoon, so he will land from left to right, taxing down the taxiway, and when he does, you know what to do. Thanks again to Pat Robinson, John Benton, our ground crew this afternoon, keeping the golf plane getting started on time. Well, when we tell them to. Actually, when Air Boss Greg Whitmer tells them to, because this schedule's been totally messed up this afternoon with Mother Nature. So we're flying what we can, when we can, as you've noticed this afternoon. We're putting everything up we can say today. I think just about everything will fly, of course. Airshow operational mounting and 4 days of service are provided the 2018 Greater Binghamton Airshow by David Schultz Airshows out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania. Now this event marks the 25th event of the busy 2018 Airshow season that will see us at dozens of aviation events all across the United States. Now from the Atlantic City beachfront to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and from Cannon Air Force Base, New Mexico to Naval Air Station, Kingston, Texas. David Schultz Airshows provides the very best in aviation productions and operations to military and civilian venues across North America. For more information on David Schultz Airshows, look at their award-winning website at schultzairshows.com as Jerry Conley comes off a rummy taxi by the crowd again. He might pop the academy for us. You might want to hold your kids' ears because as you can hear, it's going to get a little piercing out there today. It just looks British, doesn't it? Takes to get 70-year-old jets flying. That's a lot of dedication out there.